Hello and welcome to this Tyranids Codex review with me, Xenovids. And today's instalment we'll be taking a look at the old and the new, comparing them both and seeing how the fast attack section looks in the new codex. The first one on the list is the Tyranids Brood. Now it used to be 35 points per model and they're now 30 points a model. Now, they've got a weapon skill of 5, ballistic skill of 3, strength and toughness of 4, 3 wounds, initiative 4, 3 attacks, leadership 10, and a 5-up save. So exactly the same as they were before, but they've now gone down in points by 5. It comes standard with a Devourer and Scything Talons. They have Shadow in the Warp, which again -2 a Psyker in the opposing army's leadership by 3. It's a synapse creature, which is important in this codex, and they're very bulky. You may include 6 more for 30 points a model, so 9 in a brood, and they can take various weaponry like the warriors can. You can also give them Adrenaline Glands for 4 points, Toxin Tax for 3 sacks for 3 points, and Flesh Hooks for 4 points. Or jump infantry at 30 points. 5-up armor save though. If they were a 4-up armor save, I'd probably consider them. But because they're a 5-up, I'm not too sure. You can give them various weaponry, I guess have them jump a small unit, jump them around from cover to cover, shooting and just being an annoyance for 90 points for 3 of them. And then while they're on the outskirts doing that, they've still got the synapse coming in, guarding you on one flank. Other than that, I can't really see how they'd be used. Next up is the Ravener Brood. Now, they used to be 30 points, and they are 30 points a model. So let's have a look at them. They have a weapon skill of 5, ballistic skill of 3, strength and toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, leadership 6, and a 5-up armor save. In the previous one they had 4 attacks. They were also beasts, and they still are beasts. They used to have 2 sets of Scything Talons, and they've got 2 pairs of Scything Talons. In this edition, Scything Talons do not, if you have a pair of them, doesn't mean you re-roll ones. All it does in this book is give you 1 more attack, so they do have 4 attacks base. Their instinctive behaviour is feed, and they can deep strike. Another one of those deep striking units that would work well with probably Lictors or Trigon Primes, but I'm not too sure. You could take up to 6 more Raveners in the brood, so a total of 9 in a unit. And any Ravener may exchange 1 pair of Scything Talons for Rending Claws. Probably viable because Scything Talons aren't as good. Any Ravener may take the following: Spine Fist for 3 points, Devourers for 5 points, Death Spitters for 10 points, and 1 Ravener may be up. A Ravener Brood may add the Red Terror. I'll go on to the Red Terror in a second, and that's 85 points. Death Spitter, which you can upgrade him with, at 10 points, is an 18-inch range, strength 5, assault 3, AP 5. If you were to max them out of points, 9 of them with Death Spitters, 9 times 3, 27 shots, ballistic skill 3, half that, so about 13 hits, strength 5 is probably going to be about, so about 10 wounds they're going to cause if they deep strike and shoot straight away, which isn't always a bad thing. But the Ravener can have a brood. The brood can have Red Terror. Now the Red Terror is 85 point up on its own. It's got a weapon skill of 6, ballistic skill 3, strength and toughness of 5, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 4 attacks, leadership 8, 4-up armor save. 2 pairs of Scything Talons, and a prehensile pincer. His deep strike, instinctive behaviour is also feed. He can swallow whole and he's very bulky. Again, 2 pairs of Scythe Talons means he has 5 attack space. That's pretty good. Let's go to his section on page 49 of the Codex. Swallow Hull. If the Red Terror hits with at least 4 of its close combat attacks in a single phase, at weapon skill 6, he's probably going to. If you charge, he has 6 attacks on the base. It's probably likely, excluding the pincer attack. You may nominate a single enemy infantry, jump infantry, or jetpack infantry model in base contact with the Red Terror and attempt to swallow it whole. If you choose to do so, no to wound rolls are made for any of the Red Terror's attacks, excluding the tail, so you can still attack with its tail. Instead, the nominated model must pass a single invulnerable save if it has one, or it's removed from play as a casualty. There is no need to decide before if you will attempt to swallow a model. You declare after rolling to hit, so that's kind of sneaky. Enemy models with either the very bulky or extremely bulky special rule cannot be nominated as targets to swallow whole. If no models in the target unit can be nominated, the Red Terror cannot choose to swallow whole and must to wound roll as normal. That's not bad, actually. That's actually quite good. Take a unit of 10 Raveners and the Red Terror, use the Raveners as extra wounds, deep strike them all. Next turn, charge them in. Red Terror against, say, your opponent's Warlord unit or an import high asset unit, have them in. Red Terror, if he doesn't hit, you've got 5 strength 5 attacks against you generally. If he does manage to hit 4 of them, home, gone, and the Ravenous attack. That's quite good. Only 5 up armor save, and they are 30 points a model for the Raveners, but in conjunction with the Red Terror and deep striking with Lictors or Death Leaper, may be quite fun. Next on the list is the SkySwarm Brood. Now they used to be 15 points a model, they're now 18 points a model, and again this is another fail, I think. Their weapon skill, ballistic skill of 2, strength toughness 3, 3 wounds, initiative 2, 4 attacks, leadership of 5, and a 6 up armor save, as they were. They are also jump infantry. They're fearless, they have instinctive behaviour, feed, swarms, special rules, so they're susceptible to templates, and may include up to 6 additional Skyslasher swarms, 18 points a model. The unit may take Spine Fists, 4 points a model, Toxin Sacs 4 points, and Adrenal Glands for 5 points. One of the most pointless units in the game. Again, Necron Scarabs are better than these, and they may in fact be a little cheaper. Let's have a look. Canoptic Scarabs. Yeah, the Scarabs are 15 points. And they're a million times better. So, SkySwarm Brood, don't even bother. On the list now is the Gargoyle Brood. Now they used to be 6 points a model. They are still 6 points a model. They come with weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3, strength and toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 4, 1 attack, leadership 6, 6 up, armor save, jump infantry. Now they have flesh borers and blinding venom, which has changed. I go to their section. Page 67. The blinding venom. Blinding venom. In close combat, a model with this biomorph can exchange all of its normal attacks to make a single blinding venom attack, which uses the following profile: strength 3, blind, poison 6. So you cause blind. Why they put poison 6 up doesn't make much sense. But blind. I mean, if you're in combat and you haven't charged, you haven't got any additional bonuses to your attacks, then blinding your opponent, the unit you're against, would be okay. They have instinctive behaviour hunt. You can have 30 in a brood, and adrenaline glands at 2 points, where there used to be 1 point, and toxin sacs at 2 points, where there used to be 1 point. So the upgrades have gone up. I didn't really use them with upgrades in the last one, if I did ever use them. A jump, gaunt, for a couple of points more than a Termagant. 6 points a model. They're okay. About the same, but upgrades have gone up a bit, so that may hinder whether people actually take them. But yeah. Next is one of the new kits. It is the Harpy. Previously the Harpy was 160 points. It is down to 135. 135, flying monstrous creature. Think about that. So, twin-linked Stranglethorn Cannon is what it comes with. Siphoning Talons and Sporemines Cysts. It's a weapon skill, ballistic skill of 3. Strength, toughness 5. 5 wounds, initiative 5. 3 attacks, leadership 10, 4 up armor save. So it's gone up 1 wound, it's gone up 1 attack, gone down by 25 points. It's fearless. Instinctive behaviour is hunt. It has sonic screech. You may replace the Stranglethorn cannons with twin-linked heavy venom cannon. So let's have a look. Stranglethorn cannons. Twin-linked Stranglethorn. So, 36 inch range, strength 6, AP 5, assault 1, large blast pinning. Ooh. And a venom cannon, strength 6, 36 inch, AP 4, assault 1, blast. Why you do that, I don't know. Stranglethorn cannon all the way. Pinning and large blast. That's good. Combine that with the horror for your tyrants and swarm lord and other psychic powers. You could pin a hell of a lot of units that your opponent has, and that will stop them from shooting you as more effectively, so you are able to run up the board more effectively. Starting to see a bit of combinations, pinning your opponent. It can take various biomorphs, and Stinger Salvo 10 points, Cluster Spines for 15 points. Let's go to his section and find out about his Sporemine abilities as well. So Sonic Screech. When a Harpy charges into combat, all enemy models in combat suffer -5 to their initiative to a minimum of 1 until the end of the assault phase. So with him would be great combination of flying him into some combat that is already happening with other monstrous creatures, or flying him in and then monstrous creatures charging as well. He's a good support unit for your monstrous creatures, and he can pin with a large blast shots. That's quite good. I have seen a few battle reports recently where they do go down quite easily, because obviously flying monstrous creatures, if they are hit, they will go down, and it's only toughness 5, 4 up armor save. Sporemines Cyst is on page 65. Now, Sporemines have changed slightly, and this Sporemines Cyst is as follows. Strength 4, AP 4, Assault 1, Barrage, Large Blast, Spore Bomb, Spore Burst. Okay. Spore Bomb. Unlike other weapons, Sporemine Cyst are used during the movement phase. A Harpy can fire its Sporemine Cyst once in each of its movement phase. If it does so, it counts as having fired one weapon in its following shooting phase. However, any other weapons it fires that turn can choose a different target to the Sporemine cysts to fire. The Sporemine cysts, the Harpy must be swooping. After the Harpy has finished moving, center the large blast marker on any model the Harpy passed over that turn and scatter it d6. Units take a hit for each model that is even partially under the blast. Marker's final position resolved using the profile above, so it's strength 4, AP 4. Spore Burst is if, when the final position of the first blast marker in the barrage is determined and there are no models under it, place D3 Sporemine models anywhere under the blast marker so that they are in unit coherency and not within impassable terrain or 1 inch of the enemy model. These act as Sporemine clusters for the rest of the game. So the Harpy can fly, shoot, large blast, pin, fly over them, vector strike, and then leave a little bomb. And if the bomb doesn't go off, it's placed near them. Sporemines aren't bad actually anymore, and I'll go over them in this Sporemine cluster section when I get to them, and you'll see just why. Next is a brand new kit, the Hive Chrome. Brand new model, hasn't been in the Codex before. Another flying monstrous creature. This one is 155 points, so 20 points more than the Harpy. So I'm going to be comparing him to the Harpy and see which one I would rather take. He has a drill cannon, 4 tentaclids, and scything talons. Fearless, instinctive behaviour, raking strike, may take stinger salvo for 10 points, cluster spines for 15, and can take various biomorphs. He has the same stats as the Harpy: weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength toughness 5, 5 wounds, initiative 5, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 4 up, armor save. Let's go to his section on page 56. Raking strike, Hive Chrome's vector strike is resolved at strength 8. That's good. That's pretty good. Although you have to get there and go over a model. And with toughness 5, 4 up armor save, he's could go down. Drill cannon and 4 tentaclids are on page 64. There's a lot of flicking between the pages. Drill cannon. Oh dear. Template. Strength 6, AP 4, Assault 1. Now I would have thought it would have been almost mandatory to follow the Hell Drake, the Space Marine Hell Drake, which is a torrent. So you 12 inches up to 12 inches away, and then you can do the template like that. Why the drill cannon is different and only a flamer, which is stupid because firstly it's on a flying base, so it's above, and it's like, oh, it's going to be awkward, and oh no, it's from the front, so it can't really. Anywho, tentaclids. They're a 36-inch range. Assault 1, Strength 5, AP 5, Haywire. Seeking, 1 use only. So it's got 4 Seeking missiles, which means if a model makes a shooting attack with this weapon against either a zooming flyer or a swooping flying monstrous creature, it re-rolls failed to hit rolls made with this venom, with this weapon. It's okay. Strength 5 isn't going to do a lot against a flying vehicle, mostly. Haywire isn't bad. It's okay. I think I prefer the Harpy, in my opinion. You get more for your points, I think, with the Harpy. But 155 flying monstrous creature that has a strength 8 vector strike and has Haywire. against vehicles with its shots. So if that is what you're looking for in this codex, you have found it. The final entry in the fast attack is the Sporemine clusters. Now these used to be 10 points a model, they are now 5 points a model. You can have 6 of them in a thingy-mabob, and in a brood, I guess, unit, and they have strength, toughness of 1, no weapon skill, ballistic skill, 1 wound, 1 initiative, 1 leadership. They have deep strike, fearless, floating death, living bomb. And they're different now. Deep striking, again, would be good with lictors, because you can pinpoint where your strikes are going, and with the Harpy and Biovores in this codex, you can have a lot of Sporemines on the field. So, they are on page 65. So, floating death. Sporemines move 3 inches in the movement. When they run or charge, you move half the distance rolled. So they're not very fast. But you control where they go. They're not random. You can control where they go. Sporemines are never slowed by difficult terrain, but must take dangerous terrain tests as normal. Sporemines do not attack in close combat. Instead, at initiative step 10, the entire cluster detonates. To resolve this, center the large blast marker over any one of the unit's Sporemines. Every other unit, friendly or foe, under the blast marker suffers a number of hits equal to the number of its models under the blast. The strength of these hits is equal to 4, but is increased by 1 for each additional Sporemine in the detonating cluster to a maximum of strength 10. These hits resolve to AP4 and ignore cover. Once all hits have been resolved, remove all models in the Sporemine cluster. Living bomb. Sporemine clusters are non-scoring, non-denial. They do not award victory points when destroyed, and wounds suffered by Sporemines in close combat, including those caused by floating detonate, are not counted when determining assault rolls. So for 30 points, you get a strength 10, if I'm reading this right, because it's strength 4, then plus 1 for each of the models in it. So if you have 6 of them, that makes it strength 10. AP4, blast, deep strike, that, again with the lictors or death leader pinpointing, but deep strike that on a horde, or get a lucky hit, that is a 30-point bomb. And as soon as your opponent knows that, then they'll get worried when your Biovores and Harpy are leaving Sporemines around. That's not bad. If you have a spare 30 points, you've got yourself a bomb. A deep striking bomb. That's good. That is good. Good. Well done with the Sporemines. We might see Sporemines now. Anyway, thank you for watching this Tyranids Fast Attack review. Please comment down below if there's any units you love, any units you hate, or what you think about the new Fast Attack. It'd be great to hear your insights. So please comment, share, like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me and my channel. And I will see you on the next video.